So there's an aspect to depression that not many people enjoy talking about, and that is suicidal thoughts and plans. It's something that I am opening up about simply because I experienced some of the darkest days, especially during my postpartum period, where the postpartum depression had me with some of the most awful thoughts. And this is an aspect of depression that most people don't realize unless you've experienced it. In other words, when you think of depression, you think of, oh, they're just sad all the time. You're kind of blue, you're down, you don't have energy or motivation. And those are aspects of depression. But when the depression lasts for a long period of time, or if it's coupled with other issues, oftentimes our thoughts can become very dark and very bleak, and feeling hopeless is part of that. Feeling hopeless, not being able to see a brighter future, can make some people feel like they want their lives to be over. And that's something that I experienced. That sense that, what did it matter if I went on living? I've heard my clients say that they believe the world would be better off without them, that their families would be better off without them, that they didn't want to be a burden because they knew they were suffering and felt so stuck. Now, I don't know if you're in that state. If you are, then please click the link in my bio or in this description so that you can connect with resources. There's always a hotline available if you're having suicidal thoughts. This is of utmost importance to me right now because just last week, I lost one of my most dear friends and colleagues to depression. And unfortunately, her mental state had deteriorated and gone into such anxiety and panic attacks that also may accompany it, that she didn't see a way out. She didn't see that her life would get any better, and the burden of the darkness and feeling so out of control, ultimately she succumbed to that. And to say I'm heartbroken is not even touch it. She's been a huge part of my personal and spiritual development for years. And to know that she's not here and I won't be able to just see her and hug her is devastating. And knowing that she's also leaving behind a beautiful daughter who I've had the pleasure of watching grow up from when we worked together at my wellness center to the months we spent in Mexico to celebrating birthdays. It's really hard. And while I know that it may sound very selfish to take one's life, especially for those of us left behind, if you've never experienced depression to that level, then you just don't understand that you're not in your right mind. Because I know that in her right mind, she would never have done what she's done. And yet, having experienced it and knowing how dark and bleak your thoughts can be, you've got to reach out for help. And one of the first things that brings so much incredible relief, and it sounds overly simplistic, is talking to someone. To know that you're not alone and that we're not judging you is a first step. And if you need to be hospitalized or you need medication, there is no shame in that, because you can get past it with support and with help. And so it's my deepest prayer that opening up about my experience will inspire you to open up. You will find resources on all of my websites and in all of my books, and the interviews that I do with other people who have survived suicide and who are very grateful that they did. And there are a number of ways to get past the depression and the anxiety and those suicidal thoughts. So stay tuned, and please know that me and my team, my community, we are always sending you unlimited amounts of love and compassion. And we need you here. We need you in this world. So please don't give up.